AB, have you been quite pleased with the preparation over the two warm-up matches, and if there are any areas that you think need to be worked on, what are they?
I am. It's never nice to lose like we did today, but you got to take these warm-up games in the right kind of mindset. It's not really about the result; it's about what you get out of it. Exactly like you said there. I was obviously very happy about the one in Holland, but the game competitiveness wasn't probably not that high as today. We were maybe found a little bit short when it comes to that today. A little bit slow to adapt this morning with the bat in hand. The ball moved around a bit, and it took us a while to get going. But in saying that, I'm really comfortable with where the boys are at the moment. The batters have been playing really well. I watched the guys in the nets; they're all in good form. And once we get going in this tournament, I'm sure each guy will stand up when the time is right. From a bowling department, very happy. All the guys had it's put the the overs under the belt, and each guy had a nice session today. So very, very happy with everything we took out of today.
Maybe Dale left the field. Is it just a precaution, or how's he doing?
What I heard from that is a stiff back. He's been struggling with a stiff back for a few days, but we'll be assessing that overnight and have a look again tomorrow morning. Obviously, he's one of our key players, and we wouldn't like to lose him, so we'll be looking after him really well. But all I know right now is just a stiff sore back, and so we'll be assessing that overnight, and tomorrow we'll have a more clear indication of what's going on.
You'll be facing Pakistan in the group stages of the ICC Champions Trophy. Has today's loss affected your strategy for that match?
I think this Pakistan series loss in South Africa might have affected them a bit more than us today. That was a competitive series. Today was just a warm-up game. Pretty sure everyone took that in the right spirit as a warm-up game, and the 15-a-side hasn't really happened before, so I think both sides got out of it what they wanted. Like I said, the result wasn't that important, so no damage done, no.
Amy, are you any closer to a sort of first choice 11 or something like that, especially in terms of the middle order? Is there somebody who's standing out more than someone else?
There are quite a few nice options, but we're pretty sure with what we're going to go for in the first game against India. We've assessed conditions there in Cardiff. We've looked at the stats over the last I don't know how many ODIs that's been played there. So we're pretty comfortable and confident with the team that we're going in with. We'll still discuss a few options over the next few days, but we're pretty sure of the first 11.
Maybe a lot's been made of the advantage that batsmen have in this tournament with the format the way it is. Do you think the use of two white balls and the fact that they don't deteriorate as much in England as other places narrows that gap and puts more advantage for the bowlers?
There's no doubt about it, especially in England. The two new balls, the two bounces per over, that's definitely changed the game big time. But then again, obviously the four out of the ring is also really tough to play with. But I think as a bowler, if you have that attacking mindset right throughout your spell, keep picking up wickets, it could play into your hands. So definitely made the job a bit easier for the bowlers, but the whole game more entertaining for everyone to watch.
How important was that knock for you, considering that you don't often get enough chance to bat lower down the order?
Yeah, it was great to just get out in the middle and have a bit of good match intensity. I haven't had too much cricket out in the middle. Even though it was the IPL, we hadn't had many opportunities. So it was nice to just be out in the middle and spend a bit of time at the crease. And although it being a warm-up game, there's nothing that compares to that match intensity. So I definitely would take the confidence out of this knock and going into the next match.
Ryan, it's often said that in the South African side, when Jacques Kallis plays, it's the two-in-one player. You're the closest that there is in the side at the moment. Do you take confidence in the fact that you can contribute in both aspects of the game?
Yeah, I think that's the advantage that as an all-rounder that you do have, is the fact that you can always contribute in two ways to the team. And more often than not, that one discipline is going to fail, and you might have an opportunity to contribute in the next discipline. So when you do have the odd day where both of them or both disciplines do go well, then you take that. But as far as Jacques Kallis is concerned, I don't think I should be associated in the same sentence right now.
Ryan, you've sort of answered this in the last answer that you gave, but just what kind of went through your mind when you heard that Jacques wasn't going to participate in this tournament, knowing that you are the all-rounder in the side, and how have you changed your approach since you've had that news?
To be honest, I didn't really, whether he was going to be part of the squad or not, wouldn't have really affected my mindset really in how I approach the competition itself. He's one of the, if not the best cricketer that South Africa's produced, and one of the best that the world's produced. So, to replace a guy like that is difficult, but, I have a specific role in the team and different in the sense that I maybe bat lower down the order. So, I've just focused entirely on what's required of me, batting at the lower order of the innings, and then obviously taking the ball at first change. So, as far as Jacques is concerned, I'd maybe try and take a lot of advice and ask as many questions as I can to him to find out what may work in his conditions and in the different disciplines of being an all-rounder.
Ryan, just also, you've played a lot of county cricket, do you think that experience in this tournament, and secondly also you bowl at the death for South Africa, which has been a problem. Is that something you enjoy?
Yeah, it is. It's, I think the first part of your question regarding playing in England itself might have, given me a bit of advantage of what to expect in the different conditions. But, it's a different, this is international cricket. I've played county cricket over here. So you're playing against some of the world's best players, and each ground itself is going to offer a different challenge. So, I'd try and bank on a bit of experience that I had got from playing county cricket here in the past and try and take that in going forward. As far as the death bowling is concerned, with a new format of having 4 players out in the outfield makes it tough as a death bowler. So, like AB said earlier on, you actually want to try and adopt as much of an attacking mindset as possible, bowling at the death as well, and try and taking as many wickets as you can. I think if you're just going to try and defend, especially on the slower wickets over here, you'll be found out as a bowler. How far are we away from it? Look, it's we wouldn't have had the opportunity today in this match itself to be able to execute those skills, but we've been working on it really hard in Holland and in the different training sessions that we've had over here. So I don't think we're far off. It's just the fact that we haven't been exposed to that scenario in the warm-ups that far. But as far as the nets and training is concerned, there's no doubt that aspect of the game has been heavily focused on every session. Well, it's difficult for me to say in terms of what other teams are going to adopt and what approach they're going to have in that latter part of the innings. As far as we're concerned, as I say, it's just about assessing every condition and the different batsmen that you're bowling to. It doesn't help being predictable either. If you're going to be predictable, especially like you've seen in the IPL, the way that the guys hit at the end of the innings nowadays makes it even more difficult than as a bowler. So I think it's about all assessing conditions firstly and the batter you're bowling to.